The film begins by showing several police officers rescuing a hostage, and it is known that this female hostage is named Brooke. The police have been paid by Brooke's father to save her from the kidnappers. Then when they leave, they are attacked by a group of kidnappers. But unlucky, when they were about to get into the car, one of their friends, Axel, had to be hit by a shot. So they all decided to leave because it would be hazardous if they came back again. They immediately went home and brought Brooke to meet her father again. 1 year later, the scene then shows a deserted snowy village. A person who was a member of the police earlier decided to retire and become a breeder. Not long after, his friend came, who was his old friend when he was the police. And it is known that this man named Calendar while the former policeman, who is now a breeder named Bradley. Here they also greet each other because it's been 1 year they haven't met. Bradley then asked what Carl's purpose was there. Carl then said that if he was going to marry Brooke, the person they had previously saved. Bradley was amazed because he didn't expect that Carl would be close to Brooke. Even so, he was delighted to hear the good news from his best friend and promised to come to Carl's wedding later. The scene then shows Brooke coming to a hotel. There, she meets her father, who is a rich man, and he later rents all the rooms and hotel facilities for his daughter's wedding. There is also Brooke's younger sister named Haley, and she is happy too for her older sister's wedding. And then they are coming by the hotel manager there. He said if another hotel guest told them to check out. And that hotel is now private and ready to hold the wedding. And then Bradley came there. He got a warm welcome by Brooke because absolutely Brooke will not forget one of the people who saved her. And then Brooke introduces him to Haley. From her stare, Haley looks like she fell in love at first sight with Bradley. The hotel manager then invited them to tour the hotel by the hotel manager. The hotel has a casino room where Brooke's father has booked everything. The manager then shows a secret room. A monitor can display all CCTV footage throughout the hotel. Brooke's father appreciates the manager because he was correct in choosing this hotel for his daughter. And then, at the hotel bar, another police friend was seen sitting drinking. Cal then approached him, which had previously invited him. And it is known that his ex-police friend is named Anders. Here Cal is pleased because Anders took the time to attend his wedding later. Anders also congratulates him because Cal has found his soulmate. Not long after, Brooke approached them, and absolutely, Brooke also knows Anders, who used to be with saving her. And then Cal and Brooke immediately rushed into the room. Here they were making out and expressing their feelings of happiness to each other. They then played golf in the room while joking darkly. They couldn't wait for tomorrow, when their wedding ceremony will take time. Before sleeping, they all had a small party at the hotel bar. Anders tried to seduce a woman who was playing the piano. Meanwhile, Brooke's father greeted the guests who would attend a wedding tomorrow. And then Cal gives a pair of wedding rings to Bradley. He asked Bradley to keep the ring until the wedding tomorrow. Then, Haley approached Bradley, who had been watching him from earlier. They began to open up here, and Bradley asked if he was married. But his wife had died a few months ago. Haley also condolences for the death of his wife. But on the other hand, she now has the opportunity to get closer to Bradley. Haley then invited Bradley to the hotel swimming pool. She then burns a cigarette and offers it to Bradley. Bradley went into the swimming pool, and they smoked together there. Here is where they got closer, and without further ado, they did an adult scene. Haley and Bradley were seen the next day and woke up late. They quickly leave from there, because the wedding ceremony will start soon. And then the hotel manager entered the CCTV room and gave the guard a cup of coffee. The guard drank the coffee without any suspicion. Meanwhile, outside, it looked like Anders and Brooke's father was chatting. Here, Brooke's father thanked Anders for coming. Anders also said that he was delighted with the happiness of Cal and Brooke. Back to the CCTV room, and then shown that the hotel manager was contacting someone. Then several unknown cars were now on their way to the hotel. It was time for the wedding ceremony to begin. With her beautiful makeup, Brooke walked with her father, who seemed drunk. Cal looked delighted because his marriage to Brooke would take place immediately. Meanwhile, the hotel manager opened the door to a group of people in the kitchen. And without further ado, the group of people immediately finished off the chefs in the kitchen. It turns out that the group's chairman had previously threatened the manager. And it turned out that Alex led this group, their police officer who died at the film's beginning. Alex then shot the hotel manager, and he asked to be taken to the CCTV room. And the manager with a limp took them into the room. Axel then ordered all his men to plant a bomb near the exit so none of the guests could escape. Back to the wedding ceremony. Cal then asks Bradley for his wedding ring, But after checking, it turned out that the wedding ring was not in his shirt pocket. So he rushed to look for it and was followed by Haley. Bradley then looked for it in the room, but unfortunately, the ring was not there. While Haley looked for it near the swimming pool, she finally found the ring. And then she immediately approached Bradley and gave him the ring, and they decided to return to the wedding ceremony. Meanwhile, the guests were relaxing at the wedding ceremony while waiting for the wedding ring. Suddenly, some of Axel's men came from above and immediately attacked them. Cal is trying to save Brooke, while the guest who would escape had to explode, causing the bomb to be installed in the exit door. Bradley heard the explosion and told Haley to go back to the room. But Haley didn't want, and she wanted to stay together with Bradley. Axel's subordinates are now trying to catch Cal and Brooke in the casino room, and the shootout ensued. Finally, Axel's assistant caught Callender, but luckily, Anders came at the right time to save them, and they quickly ran away from there. Unfortunately, the father had to be left behind, and Axel caught him. In a condition that he was still very drunk, they took him away from there. He was then taken to the wedding venue. Axel then tried Brooke's father awaken from his drunkenness. After he woke up properly, Brooke's father still recognized Axel, one of the policemen he ordered to save his daughter first. Axel said that at that time, he was rescued by the robbers, and gradually, he became comfortable with them and became friends until now. His purpose in coming there was to get revenge on his former friends, and he also blackmailed Brooke's father by asking for all of his money. Brooke's father refused the request from Axel, and Axel immediately shot Brooke's father in the stomach without further ado. But here, Brooke's father didn't die, and Axel planned to kill him if he didn't want to give him all his money. Finally, Brooke's father also wanted to comply with Axel's request, and he would transfer the money using the computer in the CCTV room. Now, Bradley is seen trying to kill Axel's men, while on the other hand, Anders ordered Brooke to surrender. Finally, Brooke was caught by Axel's men, and she was immediately brought by Axel's subordinate into the CCTV room. After arriving inside, Anders disguised himself in the mask of Axel's men, and he finished them all, including the hotel manager. He told Brooke to stay inside while he was looking for her father. Now, Haley was trying to get into the room to take the phone and call for help. Axel's subordinates came, and Bradley immediately finished them off. But one of the other of his crew members managed to enter and intended to catch Haley. Bradley came to save his lover, and a fight ensued. Unfortunately, Bradley lost the fight and had to fall from the hotel. Luckily, Haley called for help, and she immediately ran away. She continued to be chased by Axel's subordinate until they arrived at the hotel swimming pool. Suddenly, Cal came, and a fight ensued. Again, Axel's subordinate managed to defeat Callender, while Bradley, who had fallen earlier, was still able to survive, and he goes inside to help his friends. He sees Axel's subordinate earlier and immediately throws him into the pool. After fighting, in the end, Axel's crew died because he couldn't breathe. While in the other room, the guests who were being held hostage were rescued by Anders. Axel now brought Brooke's father into the CCTV room. Brooke, who saw her father, who was being hostage, forced to open the door for Axel. After entering Axel, go to the computer and ask for the password of the bank account of Brooke's father. After getting the password, Axel transferred all the money. He then brought Brooke out to lure Callender. Shortly after that, they all met again after so long. Anders, who held a gun, was told to throw his weapon. Axel was so annoyed with them because they had the heart to leave him first, so he intended to finish them all off. But before Axel shot them, it turned out that Cal was still keeping a gun behind him, and he managed to shoot Axel dead. Bradley then gives Cal his wedding ring, and now no one is bothering them anymore, and then the film ends.